All right, guys, so welcome back to the Burgess Willis channel, your one-stop channel for everything under the sun, from top to bottom, left to right, anything in or around that. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be changing out the oil in this 2008 BMW 328xi. Okay, so we're going to hop right into it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is remove the cover for the oil filter housing, okay? And what I have here is a oil filter wrench, okay? So we're going to go ahead and open this bad boy. So as you can see, it's pretty easy. Just grab the wrench. I did have to use two hands to break it open, but once you you get it to that point, you can just use one hand until you can start turning it with your hand. So that's what I'm going to be doing right now. Take this out. Okay. So pretty much what I'm doing right now is I'm going to let this leak out. Okay, I want all the oil to drip to the oil pan. Okay, so I'm going to let this sit for about 10 minutes so all the oil could drip down. And what I'm going to be worrying about right now is replacing that filter. Okay, and if we come down to here, I'm actually going to be changing out this O-ring. Okay, also, if I take the filter off, there's another O-ring right there. See that? So we're going to change that out, and we're going to change this one out, and we're going to put a new filter in there after we let it drip down a little bit. Guys, so now that I have my assistant here, I can show you exactly what I am doing. Okay, just grab yourself a small screwdriver, and we're just going to go ahead and take this O-ring out. Okay, so now that I have it out of here, I could just pull this old one out. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put the new one in. Okay. When I'm actually putting this back on the housing, I'm gonna go ahead and lubricate it a little bit just to make sure that it's nice and soft and wet before it goes in there. Okay, let's see. We're just gonna come over like so. All right, and that's in there. Okay, now there's another one. There's a small one right here. Now this one's a little bit harder because this one's is hardened, so this might break actually. Every time I change these, they actually break out. So let's see, let's get the small screwdriver and just, yeah, they get so hard that they become brittle. It's not even like rubber anymore. Yeah, so like always, they always break, but that's fine. Okay, so as long as you guys can see that, take out all of it. Okay, let's see. Okay, so make sure that's out. You can see, okay. And then I'm gonna put the new one in. Okay, so it's the same thing. We're just gonna try to get that in there. Now this is a little bit harder to get in, but the whole idea is to get it over here. Okay, so I'm going to, it's always harder when you're trying to do it on camera. Oh man. But either way, I'll struggle with it until I get it in. Okay, and it's in there. Okay, so next thing we're going to want to do is put our new filter on. So here we go. Okay, and that's in there. All right, now again, I'm going to come over here, okay, to the oil filter housing, get some of that oil on there, and just bring it right around the O-ring. And pretty much all I'm doing is just lubricating it, okay? Okay, make sure that's seated, and then just start screwing it in. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep tightening it until there's no gap in between the oil filter housing cap and the oil filter itself. Okay, so shouldn't be too tight, you know. This all should be able to turn this with just two hands without too much force. Now, if you're using the tool, this right here says that 25.5 Newton meters torque, so you could torque it down with a torque wrench. But I've always had luck with just tightening these hand tight with the oil filter wrench. See, so that's good enough right there, okay? And I'll let you guys see where I'm at. Okay, so there's no gap in between the oil filter cap and the oil filter housing itself. So that's good. Next, we're gonna go underneath the car and we're gonna drain out that oil. All right, so let's go underneath the car, okay? So if you see, I have a jack stand right here. I have the car jacked up, okay? So I have 2 points of support, but what we're gonna be focusing on is getting that oil to leak. So you want to take the oil out. So if you look underneath here, okay, you see right there where there's that door? Well, there's supposed to be a door right here. There's usually a plastic door right up in there, okay? However, I guess the last person that did the oil change on this, they must have forgot to put it back, okay? But if you look up, there's a bolt. That's a 17 millimeter, okay? We're gonna unbolt that and we're gonna allow the oil to drain in our pan. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so as we let the oil drain out, okay, I'm gonna go ahead now and I am going to replace the washer that's on this bolt, okay? Now that's very important. There's a washer that comes with the oil change kit. We got the oil change kit off of our SCP Euro. So we're gonna change out that washer before we bolt it back up. Okay, so I'm gonna let all the oil drain out. I'm gonna give it about 10 minutes, let everything drain, okay? Then I'm gonna come back and I'm going to replace this washer right here. Let me just, that washer, we're gonna replace that. And then we're gonna re-bolt we're gonna put the bolt back in, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so all the oil have dripped out, okay? I just finished tightening this bolt, the 17 millimeter, with the new washer. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up top and I am going to fill this thing up with some new oil, okay? So let's get to it. All right, guys, so that is the old oil, okay? So now, as you see, I have the car back down, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and fill it up with some new oil. But a quick observation, this is about a seven quart container. And as I can see that it was actually, some spilled over because there was too much oil in there, you know what I mean? This car calls for 6.5 liters, okay? And this seems like it was about 7+, but that's cool. We're gonna put some new oil in there, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our 5 liter bottle, okay, right here. And then we're gonna get 2 1 liter bottles, okay? So 5, 6, 7, but we're just gonna use half. So it's gonna be 5, 6, 6.5, all right? And we're gonna pour that in here, all right? So let's get it. All right, guys, so I'm down to the last bottle, okay? So we're gonna pour until we reach to about right here, okay? So we know that we're about half, okay? And that will make 6.5 liters, okay? So let's pour the rest in here, and then we're gonna go inside and check our oil level. All right, guys, so I'm inside the car. So what I'm gonna do now is just insert the key, okay? Then I'm gonna press the start button. Now I didn't start the car, I just pressed it once. I just wanna show you guys how to get to that screen where it shows you the oil, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna press up. See how it changed to check control, then press again. It's gonna say oil. And then what you're gonna do is press the BC button right here. And it's gonna, start reading it. Now the car is off, so that's why it just says okay. But if the car is on, then it will actually start to check to see the amount of oil that's in the car. Okay, and it will give you an empty to full scale. The issue is right now, even if I turn the car on, because the car is cooled down, it's gonna have to wait until it's warmed up before it gives me an accurate reading. It won't give me a reading at all, actually. Okay, how about this? We just turned it on. Let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing. Oil, press it. See, it says minimum to max. Okay, so it's I guess it's over there checking. See, and it went off. The reason why it went off because the car's not warm enough. So when the car warms up, then it will give us a reading. Okay. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for tuning to the Burtis Willis channel, your one-stop channel for everything under the sun. And if you want to see more videos like this, please like, subscribe, and go in that comments, guys. Tell me anything, that you would suggest in this video. And I really appreciate the feedback. See you guys in the next video. Thank you.